Learned the music by the fireplace in my grandma's house. Uncle Mikey on the accordion and songs in shell notes. Clancy make him records, their voices and their songs. And I'm blessed to be with you tonight to pass the music on. And for the good times and the high times, the suffering and pain, it's a song of generation singing in my veins. I still hear that shallows music of good friends now long gone. We are here tonight to pass the music on. We come from a rich tradition in story and in song. Those long nights by the candlelight, we'd sing the whole night long. They're still alive inside my heart, although they're not long gone. And I'm blessed to be with you tonight to pass the music on. For the good times and the high times, the suffering and pain, it's a song of generation singing in my veins. I still hear that shallows music of good friends now long gone. We are here tonight to pass the music on. We sung this song for some old friends, never will forget. Sung them for an audience and folks we hardly met. So here we are together to celebrate this song. I'm blessed to be with you tonight to pass the music on. And for the good times and the high times, the suffering and pain, it's a song of generation singing in my veins. I still hear that shallows music of good friends now long gone. We are here tonight to pass the music on. We are here tonight to pass the music on. I'm going to tell you a story about the Dunn family. There was Joseph Dunn and Maggie Dunn. And, of course, they landed in New York in 1902. It was a Tuesday. And they settled down there and they raised 22 children. 22. And there's a wonderful chorus in this for each and every one of you. And I know you'll be able to do it. And also, when I do the verses, there's a part for you to finish off the verse for me and see if you're any good at putting the song together with me. Here's the chorus. For they was high done and low done, underdone and overdone, all the other younger duns, in and out they run. There was old Dun and young Dun, and young Dun's younger son. Young Dun will be a Dun when old Dun's done. Now that's the chorus, and you'd fill out the parts yourselves on the verses, and it goes like this. I once was well acquainted with a man called Joseph Dunn, a very respectable sort of a man, and fond of harmless fun. He courted young and married was when he was 21, and a very respectable family had Mr. and Mrs. Dunn. For they was high done and low done, underdone and overdone. All the other younger duns, in and out they run. There was old done and young done, and young Don's younger son. Young Don will be a Don when old Don's done. In the course of time, this Joseph Don, he got himself a wife. I know what you're thinking about, it's a wife. And soon he had to fight the hardest fight of his life to keep 22 little bellies full, and a wife that weighed a. And any man who can do all that, you'll have to say, well done, for they was high done and low done, underdone and overdone. All the other younger duns, in and out they run. There was old done and young Don's younger son. Young Don will be a Don when old Don's done. Now Mrs. Don presented Don with their first bouncing son. They called him Seamus, Colleen, Patsy, Johnny, but named him Jerry Lum. And when the bread of life went up and children more did come, said Mr. Don to Mrs. Don, more bread or we'll be done. And sing the chorus all by yourselves, everyone, all the laptop folkies. For they was high done and low done, underdone and overdone. All the other younger duns, in and out they run. There was old Don and young Don's younger son. Young Don will be a Don when old Don's done. For they was high done and low done, underdone and overdone. All the other younger duns, in and out they run. There was old Don and young Don's younger son. Young Don will be a Don when old Don's done. On the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down, and I took out me fiddle to play my love a tune. In the middle of a tune, she sighed and she said, "Are you Johnny, lovely Johnny, won't you lay me?" When I was a young lad, I heard my father say, "I'd sooner see you dead and buried in the clay, and rather than be married to any run away by the lovely sweet banks of the roses." On the banks of the roses, beloved, and I sat down, and I took out me fiddle to play my love a tune. In the middle of a tune, she sighed and she said, "Are you Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you lay me?" But now I am no runaway, I soon will let you know that I can drink a bottle or drink with anyone, and the man that doesn't like me can leave his girl at home. Then young Johnny will go roving with another. On the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down, and I took out me fiddle to play my love a tune. In the middle of a tune, she sighed and she said, "Are you Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you lay me?" And if we'll get married, 'twill be in the month of May, when the leaves they are green, the meadows they are gay, and me and my true love will sit and sport and play by the lovely sweet banks of the roses. On the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down, and I took up me fiddle to play my love a tune. In the middle of a tune, she sighed and she said, "Are you Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you lay me?" And that was one of the many, many songs that they would sing back in the 70s. The 70s, the late 60s and the early 70s was full of rebel songs, and we were all trying to, I suppose, fill in the gaps with songs that are coming out of Ireland, The Men Behind the Wire, and Sing Irishman Sing, Little Place Called Ireland, Four Green Fields, Tommy Makem. There were so many great songs that we would be singing back then. And the circuit wasn't that big. It was like, Chicago, we had the Lyle in Chicago. Detroit, we had the Gaelic League in Detroit. We had the Harp and Bard in Boston. We had three places in New York City. We had the John Barleycorn, the first singing Irish pub in Manhattan, and then we had the Glockamara and the Shieling out in the Bronx and the Queens. Then down to Washington D.C., we'd have Matt Cain's Bit of Ireland, and that was not it. And there's great groups on the tour at that time, folk groups. They'd go 1 month at a time to each city, and we were on the rotation. It was a wonderful time, and we all learned from each other. And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Oh, the summer time is coming, and the trees are sweetly bloomin', and the wild mountain thyme goes around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower near yon pure crystal fountain, and on it I will place all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? Let's hear you. And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? If my true love, she were gone, I would surely find another where wild mountain thyme goes around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Come on. And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land.
And she was.
And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. In the neat little town they call Belfast, woo, apprenticed to trade I was bound. And many the moments sweet happiness I spent in that neat little town, till sad misfortune came over me, which caused me to stray from the land, far away from me friends and relations, to follow the black velvet band. and her eyes, they shine like the diamonds. Woo! You'd think she was queen of the land.
And she was.
And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. As I took a stroll down Broadway, not intending to go very far, I met with this frolicsome damsel as she came trotting along. What she pulled out from her pocket, woo, and she slipped it right into my hand. And the very next thing that you'd know, me lads, I was bound for Van Diemen's Land. Everyone sing, and her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Before judge and jury next morning, both of us did appear. A gentleman claimed the jewellery, and the case against us was clear. 7 long years' transportation to be spent far away from the land, far away from me friends and relations, betrayed by the black velvet band altogether. And her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land.
And she was.
And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. So come all, you jolly young fellas, a warning you take from me. Whenever you're out on Bourbon Street, beware of those pretty colleens. They'll feed you strong whiskey and Guinness,
Yes.
until you're not able to stand. And the very next thing that you know, me lads, you're landed in Van Diemen's Land. Alright, and her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Whoa, how about that?
Let's see.
Years ago, when we lived up in the Washington, D.C. area, we used to play on Capitol Hill every year. And we got the song from Tip O'Neill. And honest to God, it would be hard for St. Patrick's Day. And after 3 songs, Tip would be invited up on the stage. And that was the end of our show, because he took over the whole thing and he sang all these Come All You songs from Boston. And it was the easiest show, the easiest gig we ever had when Tip was up on stage with us. But he gave us the words of this one here called Steve O'Donnell's Wake. Wonderful chorus. There were fighters and writers and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey by the keg, and you shout, where's the keg? There were men from high positions, there were Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake, and then you shout back, poor Steve. Steve, that's the way you do it. And they were fighters and writers and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey by the keg. Where's the keg? There were men from high positions. They were Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Poor Steve, Steve O'Donnell was a gentleman, so everybody said. He was loved by all his friends, both rich and poor. So everyone felt sad when they heard when he was dead, and they saw a piece of crape upon the door. Now Undertaker Finney had a job to lay him out in a casket of the very finest make. Oh Steve, my boy, why did you die? His weeping widow cried, and they all felt sad at Steve O'Donnell's wake. And they were fighters and writers and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey by the keg. Where's the keg? Where were men from high positions. They were Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Poor Steve, McGovern said that Steve O'Donnell was an awful bum. Of course he only meant it for a joke. Now Paddy Mac got off his bat and gave McGovern a run, 'cause he hit him in the eye with the poke. Well, we all began the fighting, for we're all for mad, and blood enough was spilled to form a lake. Then the corpse was knocked down to the floor. They blew out all the lights. They was murdered down at Steve O'Donnell's wake. All right now. And they were fighters and writers and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey by the keg. Where's the keg? They were men from high positions. They were Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Oh, when the cops came in to stop the brawl, to make us understand, the corpse was picked up high as Brother Dam. Someone stole the necktie from around O'Donnell's throat, and McGovern said O'Reilly was the man. Well, O'Reilly's friend got crazy mad. They swore they'd have his life. McGovern knew he made a grand mistake. So they fought and danced around until the cops came in and arrested all at Steve O'Donnell's wake. And they were fighters and writers and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey by the keg. They were men from high positions. They were Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Poor Steve, idle lad, idle lad, idle lad. There you are. Woo! Ah, that was a good one. That was a good. I hope you are shouting out, "Where's the keg?" and "Poor Steve." Oh, God love you. They're more Irish in Newfoundland than they are in Ireland. For the truth to be told. And the music is very strong up there. Great groups. Oh my goodness! I mean, Irish music is flowing every day, every night. You know, it's amazing what they are. Yeah. So I wrote a song called "Sheer Farragy Sheer," West on the Ocean's West. Nor a dog shit pot lorge fad oven law. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Amach go dín talán mar bhíoch siad gá rá. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Bhíoch an trascan chuí escúil chu sé géas go rochtán. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Níor a tad sa mála ach tread leis na ngáil. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Bhí siad is Loch Orman, Kilchonníos Corky, Tabadar an Port Lorge, bhí éireann na Grí. Dallaníos bhí sé in the Walla acu. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Chhuill a gá héasúr gael núnas an áil. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Níor a tad sa mála ach tread leis na ngáil. Sheer Farragy Sheer. An timpeall na gósta bhí dis marach a lán. Sheer Farragy Sheer. A ghias go choischládach le darús doháin. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Bhí siad is Loch Orman, Kilchonníos Corky, Tabardar an Port Lorge, bhí éireann na Grí. Dallaníos bhí sé in the Walla acu. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Ga saillis ga dromú ó bhíoch siad ga dhéal. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Ní mór an bhí acu ó lá go dín béal. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Bhíoch a dhíomhrach go fada, bhíoch damsa agus ceol. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Siad a cuairteach le chéile, bhíoch príombeag le nóil. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Bhí siad is Loch Orman, Kilchonníos Corky, Tabardar an Port Lorge, bhí éireann na Grí. Dallaníos bhí sé in the Walla acu. Sheer Farragy Sheer. Bhíoch prón faoin na muintir ar ág sé na ní. Sheer Farragy Sheer. go vecchio choríisiad vidís go bhlédia sheer farigi sheer mar sinna chuigh san Thomson fadó sheer farigi sheer vidís gemocht as éirin go gunódís beó sheer farigi sheer I sé is lochgob gil choníos corcaí Tabardáran Portlarga bí éireann na gorí dalan yes bhí sé in the bhile acu sheer farigi sheer. Isn't that, you know, to do the history of the migration from Ireland to the Western Hemisphere was an amazing what they had to endure. At this time, a song about courtship. Well, you know, the spinning wheel was an old song about the old days, and my grandmother would have a spinning wheel in her house. But also back in the time, things were different back before electricity came about. Courtship certainly was different in Ireland. I don't know about other parts of the world, but the boys or the lads, as they say, would be very, very shy about approaching a woman. And the women would be like saying, well, they never talk to us or nothing. So when the man would whistle, back in those days, it was a compliment, sort of, you know. But this is a story about a fella was in love with this woman, and he decided, I'm not going to whistle. I'm going to go into the house. There's always one. There's always one. And the song is called Mother Malone. You may think of my line of discoursing that I once kissed the great Blarney Stone. I've not, but I tell you a story, how often kiss Mother Malone. Some lads, when they go out to courting, sure they haven't the spunk of a mouse. They stand on the corner, they whistle, they're afraid to go into the house. But I always walked in with me swagger, as if the old place was me own. I sat myself down with good evening, how are you, old Mother Malone? Then I kiss the old woman and hug the old man, give Johnny a shilling and shake hands with Dan. Fight for his sister, do all I can, do all I can. Then I walk out with me girl Mary Ann. I was only a courting a fortnight, till her heart and her hand I had won. And the next day I went to her cottage. The old woman, she called me her son. When I asked the old man for his daughter, his son-in-law soon I would be. He said, be my son, Willie Brady. You can have both me daughter and me. Then I kissed the old woman and hugged the old man, give Johnny a shilling and shake hands with Dan. Fight for his sister, do all I can, do all I can. Then I walk out with me girl Mary Ann. Now Johnny's the Collins' big brother. With him I keep on my right side, and I kiss and flatter his sister, for she is me darling and bright. Then I kiss the old woman and hug the old man, give Johnny a shilling and shake hands with Dan. Fight for his sister, do all I can, do all I can. Then I walk out with me girl Mary Ann. Diddle day, diddle day, day, diddle day, da. And there was Bram, upside down, mopping up the whiskey on the floor. Booze, booze, the fireman cried as they came knocking at the door. As they came knocking at the door. Don't let them in till it's all mocked up. Somebody shouted, MacIntyre!
MacIntyre!
Some friends and I, in a public house, were playing dominoes one night, when into the bar a fireman came. His face was a chalky white. What's up, says Brown? Have you seen a ghost? Have you seen your Aunt Mariah? Oh, me Aunt Mariah, be gobbet, says he. The bleeding pub's on fire. Ah, fire, says Brown. That's a bit of luck. Everybody follow me. Down to the cellar, if the fire's not there, we'll have a grand old spree. So we all went down with good old Brown, and booze we could not miss. And we hadn't been there 2 minutes or more when we were all like this. There was Brown,
Upside down, mopping up the whiskey on the floor. Booze, booze, the fireman cried as they came knocking at the door.
Don't let them in
till it's all mopped up. Somebody shouted, MacIntyre! MacIntyre!
and we all got stone blind, paralyzed, drunk. When the olden cow caught fire, the smith ran over to the pint tub, gave it a few hard knocks, started taking off his pantaloons, likewise his shoes and socks. Hold on, says Brown, that ain't allowed. You can't do that down here. Don't be washing your trotters in a port wine's tub. When we got Michael O'Byrne's homemade Torbay beer.
There was Brown, upside down, mopping up the whiskey on the floor. Booze, booze, the fireman cried as they came knocking at the door.
Don't let them in
Till it's all mocked up. Somebody shouted, MacIntyre! MacIntyre!
and we all got stone blind, paralytic, drunk. When the olden cow caught fire, then there came a mighty crash, half the bloody roof caved way. We were all drowned in the fireman's hose, but we were all so happy.
It is an old song.
That's no song. We got Westlacks and old tin tacks. We nailed ourselves inside, and we sat there guzzling pints of beer. When when the olden cow caught fire. Everyone,
There was Brown, upside down, mopping up the whiskey on the floor. Booze, booze, the fireman cried as they came knocking at the door.
don't let them in
Till it's all mopped up, somebody shouted, MacIntyre! MacIntyre!
and we all got stone blind, paralytic, drunk. When the olden cow caught fire, Oh,
Holy cow.
oh my goodness!
Holy-
Do you want to sing the Moonshiner? Let's sing the Moonshiner.
That sounds okay.
It's time for a drink.
Well, yes, I think I've had one right here.
Yeah, I got one.
I got one too.
Everyone sing along with us. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, just leave me alone. That's it. I'll eat when I'm
Hungry.
I'll drink when I'm
Dry.
and the moonshine don't kill me.
I'll live till I die.
God love you.
I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. And the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die.
I've been a moonshiner for many's the year, and I spent all my money on the whiskey and beer. I'll go to some hollow, I'll set up my still, and I'll make you a gallon for 10-shilling bill. All together now.
I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die.
Oh yeah. I'll go to some hollow in this country, 10 gallons a wash, we'll go on a spree. No women to follow, this world is all mine, and I love them as well as I love my moonshine.
I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die.
Oh moonshine, dear moonshine, how I love thee. You killed my poor father, but dare you try me. Oh bless all moonshiners, bless all moonshine, its breath smells as sweet as the dew on the vine.
I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die.
Oh God, no,
Oh
that was
goodness.
good. I have another one here that I'm sure most of you have been listening to the song for the past 40, 50, maybe 60 years. And it's a song called The Wild Colonial Boy. And it deals with a little place down in County Kerry called Castlemaine. Mind you, I've never been there myself. But this fella supposedly was shipped off from there out to the penal colony of Australia. And he became a folk hero out there. He was robbing from the rich, helping the poor, and for the truth to be told, he was keeping every damn penny to himself, he was. His name was Jack Duggan, or the Wild Colonial Boy. And I know you know it, so join and don't hesitate. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland, in a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. At the early age of 16 years, he left his native home and to Australia's sunny shore he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich, he helped the poor, he shot James McAvoy. A terror to Australia was the wild colonial boy. One morning on the prairie, as Jack he rode along, and listening to the mockingbird singing a cheerful song, up jumped a band of troopers, Kelly, Davis and Fitzroy. They all set out to capture him, the wild colonial boy. Oh, surrender now, Jack Duggan, for you see you're 3-1. Surrender in the Queen's high name, for you are a plundering son. Jack drew 2 pistols from his belt, he proudly raised them high. I'll fight, but not surrender, said the wild colonial boy. Well, he fired a shot at Kelly, which brought him to the ground. And turning round at Davis, he received a fatal wound. A bullet pierced his proud young heart of the pistol of Fitzroy, and that was how they captured him, the wild colonial boy. Sing it out yourselves. There was a wild colonial boy, Jeff Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland, in the place called, he was his father's only son. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. Hey! So then here comes the lyre song. Oh yes, I was born about 10,000 years ago, and there's not a single thing that I don't know. I saw Peter, Paul and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and I'll whip the man that said it isn't so. Here we go. To me right foot, to the laddie, to the lee. There is no one who can tell a lie like me. You may search until you're tired, you won't find a bigger liar. I've been lying since the dawn of history. I saw Eve go pick an apple off a tree. She came over and she offered one to me. Well, I turned, I says, no, madam, you can't try your luck with Adam. And I went home for fish and chips and tea. To me right foot, to the laddie, to the lee. There's no one who can tell a lie like me. You may search until you're tired, you won't find a bigger liar. I've been lying since the dawn of history. I saw Jalala, she was cutting Samson's hair. She snipped and snipped until his head was bare. Well, he couldn't run away. She married him next day, and they opened up a barber shop in County Clare. To me right foot, to the laddie, to the lee. There's no one who can tell a lie like me. You may search until you're tired, you won't find a bigger lie. I've been lying since the dawn of history. When Queen of Sheba fell in love with me, we were married in Milwaukee, secretly. In Washington, I shook her to join up with Jill Hooker. Now she's turning tricks in sunny Tennessee. Well, to me right foot, to the laddie, to the lee. Oh yeah, there is no one who can tell a lie like me. You may search until you're tired, you won't find a bigger liar. I've been lying since the dawn of history. Our friend Shannon up in Washington, D.C. wrote this one here in Virginia. Shannon, Noah loaded up his ark to set to sea. With all the weight, his ship was not worthy. I said, no, listen, Noah dear, your solution is quite clear. For each animal, take 2 instead of 3. To me right foot, to the laddie, to the lee. There we go. There is no one who can tell a lie like me. Oh, sing it. You may search until you're tired, you won't find a bigger liar. I've been lying since the dawn of history. With Columbus, I sailed the ocean sea. When he lost a little poker hand to me, he was broke the day we landed, so he went home empty-handed. So by rights, the whole damn place belongs to me and you. To me right foot, to the laddie, to the lee. There is no one who can tell a lie like me. You may search until you're tired, you won't find a bigger lie. I've been lying, all the audience out there, sing it out. To me right foot, to the laddie, to the lee. There is no one who can tell a lie like me. You may search until you're tired, you won't find a bigger lie. I've been lying since the dawn of history. Even the dog is sleeping on this one. Can you believe that? I mean,
sound asleep.
Yeah. Let's sing it out, everyone. Come on, let's do it. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. And the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I've been a moonshiner for many's the year, and I spent all my money on the whiskey and beer.
I'll go to some hollow, I'll set up my still, and I'll make you a gallon for 10-shilling bill. I'm a rambler and a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I'll go to some hollow in this country, 10 gallons of wash, we'll go on a spree. No women to follow, this world is all mine, and I love none as well as I love my moonshine. I'm a rambler and a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. Oh moonshine, dear moonshine, oh how I love thee. You killed my poor father, but dare you try me. Oh bless all moonshiners, bless all moonshine. Its breath smells as sweet as the dew on the vine. Altogether, I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. There's moonshine for Eliza, moonshine for May, moonshine for Joe, he'll drink it every day. Moonshine for his breakfast, moonshine for his tea. It's moonshine, me hearties, it's moonshine for me. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, just leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die.
I came from the land of the long grass and gorse. I flew with the eagle and I ran with the horse, and I played with the wild wind and whistled his tune. I ate with the ocean and I slept in the moon. And you brought me down gently, you brought me down clean. You fed me the summer, you fed me your dreams. Your hands held the wound, and the heart felt the pain, and your eyes saw the light of the moon as it waned. We journeyed the moorlands and oceans of blue. We slept with the dawn and we rose with the dew. We sang with the breezes of the year to be born. We lay in the long grass when the scythe took the corn. And you brought me down gently, and you brought me down clean. You fed me the summer, you fed me your dreams. Your hands held the wound, and the heart felt the pain, and your eyes stole the light of the moon as it waned. I will fall with the leaves and turn with the land. I chill with the first frost that stings on your hand, and I gather the seeds of the gorse and the broom. We laid them forever, said the man in the moon. And you brought me down gently, you brought me down clean. You fed me the summer, you fed me your dreams. Your hands held the wound, and the heart feel the pain, and your eyes saw the light of the moon as it waned. I come from the land of the long grass and gorse. I flew with the eagle and I ran with the horse, and I played with the wild wind and whistled its tune. I ate with the ocean and I slept in the moon. And you brought me down gently, you brought me down clean. You fed me the summer, you fed me your dreams. Your hands held the moon, and the heart feel the pain, and your eyes saw the light of the moon as it waned. Years ago, we were up in New York City. We went out in the town. There's Kinney Kosek, Vincent Quinlan, myself, and Peter Yarrow. And we're hitting the town. We introduced Guinness to Peter that night. But we went into this pub called the Guacamara on 23rd and 3rd Avenue. And the next thing, everybody found out that Peter Yarrow was in the audience. And the next thing, we're up on the stage, all of us up on the stage, singing away like mad. And I couldn't. So when Peter sang the song, I didn't know what he was going to do. Neither did anybody else. But you could hear a pin drop in the place. And he sang the song, and everyone knows it, Whiskey in the Jar. And I know you know it. And Peter just absolutely gave it a wonderful treatment to the song that night. Everybody was listening. As I was going over the far Fenkerry mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol, I then produced me rapier, saying stand and deliver, for I am a bold saver, with sure in him Durham down. Wet for the daddy-o, wet for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money, it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I brought it to my Jenny. She sighed and she swore she never would deceive me, but the devil takes the women, sure they never can stay easy, with sure in him Durham down. Wet for the daddy-o, wet for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and sure it was no wonder that Jenny pulled me charges. She filled them up with water. She sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter, with Sherwin and Durham down. Wet for the daddy-o, wet for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. It was early in the morning, before I rose to travel. Up came a band of footmen, and like was Captain Farrell. I first produced my pistol, she stole away me rapier, and I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken, with Sherwin and Durham down. Wet for the daddy-o, wet for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, if anyone can aid me, it's me brother in the army. If I can find a station near Cork or in Killarney, and if he'll go with me, we'll go ramble through Kilkenny. I know he'll treat me better than me darling sporting Jenny, with Sherwin and Durham down. Wet for the daddy-o, wet for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar, with Sherwin and Durham down. Wet for the daddy-o, wet for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Oh my goodness, what a song that is. What a song that is. This next story, or this next song, is written by a dear friend of mine, Noel Nash. And we've been playing music together for many, many years. And I called him up the other day, and I said, I know you wrote the song about Ireland, but I said, I could use the song because there's a lot of, it could fit in with America at the moment. And he said, fire away. He says, go at it. And so I'd like to do it for you, On the Verge of Peace. All along the wild and rocky roads, where the air is fresh and clear, there's many the heart been torn apart, held in the grip of fear. But I will live to see the day the walls come tumbling down. The golden hour has yet to come in dear old Washington. There's a gentle wind of change that blows across the land and seas. As the eagle flies, the old ways dies. We're on the verge of peace. You can hear the call from one and all across this great divide. All the tears are shed, we mourned our dead, washed in the cleansing tide. Right here on common ground we stand, behold the virgin soil. As righteous men we'll use the pen to walk the final mile. There's a gentle wind of change that blows across the land and seas. As the eagle flies, the old ways dies. We're on the verge of peace. There's a gentle wind of change that blows across the land and seas. As the eagle flies, the old ways dies. We're on the verge of peace. Some people forgot where they came from. There's no place in this world that I belong when I'm gone. And I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. And you won't find me singing on the song when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't feel the flowing of the time when I'm gone. And all the pleasures of love will not be mine when I'm gone. My pen won't pour a lyric line when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't breathe the brazen air when I'm gone. And I can't even worry about my cares when I'm gone. Won't be asked to do my share when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't be running from the rain when I'm gone. And I can't even suffer from the pain when I'm gone. Can't say who's to praise or who's to blame when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't see the golden of the sun when I'm gone. And the evenings and the mornings will be one when I'm gone. Can't be singing louder than the guns while I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. All my days won't be dances of delight when I'm gone, and all the sands will be shifting from my side when I'm gone. Can't add my name into the fight when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't be laughing at the lies when I'm gone, and I can't question how or when or why when I'm gone. Can't live proud enough to die when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. There's no place in this world that I belong when I'm gone, and I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. And you won't find me singing on the song when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. So I guess I'll have to do it. I guess I'll have to do it. I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. God bless you. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.